lady? You know, she's supposed to be the prosecutor, this bulldog. They said she is a bulldog. She is just really, nope, she got an agenda. And I remember telling somebody there, somebody was reporting that, something about her I don't like.
Mr. Jamiel Shaw is unhappy about the way the district attorney's office is handling the murder of his son. He was incensed about the direction Deputy District Attorney Michelle Hennessy was taking the prosecution.
And she started talking about Special Order 40. You know, Special Order 40 was designed to help the legal aliens come forward so they can, you know, they won't get deported, so we want to keep that intact. And Jamiel's law is going to break that down. If that happens, you know there might be some legal aliens in your case. Why are we trying to protect my son? You know, we're trying to keep his name clean from her. You know, she was the main proponent of, well, you know, we have the Spider-Man backpack on, and he has some red in his belt, so we're going to label him as a gangbanger. What? No, you're not. I said, well, who is going to do this? You or the defense attorney? I'm thinking, the defense attorney, you would think, right? Yeah. She's like, oh, no, I'm going to do this. I said, you're going to make my son into a gangbanger? She says, yes. And I said, well, why would you do that? She said, because we need a motive. Why would she do that? Who was she doing that with? Was she in it by herself? I don't understand why she would, you know, she has a good job. Why would she risk that? You know, they already had Espinoza, solid case, Espinoza. Why does she have to take down my son? Ain't gonna happen. My son is clean. He's not gangbanging. You know that. You know he had no criminal history. You know everything. You did your job. All he asked for. Do your job. You know, if you get somebody who was killed, why are you trying to tear them down? Is that how you do your business? How many people have Michelle Hennessy did that too? They came in there and they, oh, he was in the gang, even though the parent probably was saying, no, he wasn't, but they didn't say nothing. That's what she said. She's gonna drop this bomb on us. And we were just thinking. We weren't even talking for a whole day, just thinking, what we gonna do? I just, you know what? We just gonna go after Michelle Hennessy. You know, we're gonna tell everything and let it all out and just let people know what happened. And you don't believe it, it's the truth. Because Michelle Hennessy didn't investigate nothing. Her whole time, she never came down and talked to me about nothing, so she don't know what I know. She never talked to me.
Mr. Shaw isn't one to sit around and merely complain. What is his plan of action?
I want her to be disciplined because something was wrong, and you know it, I know it, the American people know it.
Mr. Shaw's sister, Althea, pursued this plan.
Well, we met with District Attorney Cooley. He did say that he was going to remove Hennessy off the case, that was in their policy. And I asked, was she going to have any more disciplinary action, or because it just, to me, it didn't seem right. And I had the feeling that that's pretty much her punishment, was to be removed from the case.
The Shaws don't think this is adequate punishment. They are escalating the issue.
But the three of us filed a complaint at the State Bar of California and at the Deputy District Attorney's Office. They have the head Deputy District Attorney's Office, and we filed the complaints. We don't know what's going to be done with it, but we believe it should be documented. We believe that it had to have been some kind of violation.
Being full disclosure and the news behind the news, we wanted to find out what will happen to the Shaw's complaint to the State Bar. We asked Steve Ipsen, who had a leadership position with the State Bar, to explain the process.
I was an elected governor for the State Bar out of Los Angeles County and vice president of the State Bar for 1 year, the governor for 3 years, and I was the co-chair of the Regulation, Admission, and Discipline Committee that governs the discipline system. Now the State Bar is we're the only state that we have our own sort of judicial system set up to try lawyers who are unethical and commit misconduct. And the State Bar is not for if you don't like the job your lawyer did, you thought he was mean, he didn't win. That complaint goes elsewhere if you think he didn't do a good job. But if he's unethical, if he violates the rules of ethics in the handling of your case, if he takes money, we have a process. And a complaint is filed, and within 2 to 3 weeks, you get a card back from the State Bar, and the lawyer reviews your written complaint and tells you whether or not there appears to be an allegation worth further investigation. If it's worth further investigation, then you're contacted, charges are filed, and it goes in front of the State Bar court. And there's a judge there, just like in a criminal court, to deal with this ethics charge. The State Bar judge then, if they find an ethics charge happened, makes a recommendation to the Supreme Court, because ultimately the Supreme Court makes the decision. So that judge can either recommend a private warning, a public warning, just a verbal criticism, or suspension, meaning for a period of time you can't practice law, or outright disbarment. So you can lose your license to practice. There's no threat of being locked up. It's not a criminal action, but it is a way, if lawyers are unethical and violate the rules of ethics, for them to lose their bar card so that they cannot harm any other citizens.
We're just hoping that someone's going to step up and say, you know, that's not how a deputy district attorney is supposed to behave. That's not right. This boy, he was killed. He had never been arrested. There's no documentation. Why are you not defending him? So we just believe that her trying to discredit the victim and the supervisor, we just believe that it needs to be looked into. Hopefully the media will pick it up and say, okay, well, what's going to go on with the complaint? And hopefully the people will say, well, you know what? Why did you do that? How many people have you done that to? You know how many people could have been grieving and they come with some trumped up stuff from the district attorney's office talking about your son was a gangbanger, and then, you know, so hopefully people will come up and say, well, you know what? They did that to us. And I don't know what can happen, but I know it needs to be fixed. You're supposed to be working for the people. If you bring up their website, they say they're a lawyer for the people. So yes, the people want some answers, but we're just a family, you know, the Shaw family. Maybe other families will come on, or other organizations will come on and say, you know what, we do need to hear some answers. We do need to know, because our kids are being killed and policies are being broken and laws are not being followed, and we're suffering still. And people want you to get over it, but laws are not being followed by people in office. If that's the case, you need to open up all the jails and let everybody out, because you're picking and choosing the crimes you want to follow. And that's not right. The district attorney, the mayor, the police department, people need to do their jobs for the people.
We want to know what you, the viewers, think. Please respond to our survey and leave your comments below. Number 1. Do you think that it was unethical or inappropriate for the Deputy District Attorney to pressure the Shaws to stop their campaign against Special Order 40? Yes or no? Number 2. Do you think that it was unethical for a Deputy District Attorney to label the victim as a gang member because she needed a motive? Yes or no? And number 3. Do you think that the LA city officials are more concerned about a race war than getting to the truth? Yes or no? Please be sure to leave your comments below. Thank you.